Hello and welcome to my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. And thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to my day ones, twos, and threes. Thank you to all my new subscribers that's coming in. That means well. Thank you all so very much. I appreciate you all. And welcome. This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only, so everything is alleged, some it's not, and the fair accuse is in my description box, y'all. So let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to it. So before I get started, for the new people that, oh, it's so boring, I can't see any pictures, and that's all you're gonna see is this picture. Letting you know that right now. I'm just talking, okay? I am talking to my subscribers, and I just wanted to get some stuff off my chest. I want to talk about today in Diddy's trial. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about Prince's name is coming up, and I said this. I did videos on this, and my day ones, twos, and threes, y'all know. I told y'all. We heard a while back about Michael Jackson. A name popping up, and there were ties to Diddy and them. And now Prince's name is coming up again, and there are rumors that, Prince is possibly going to be brought up in this trial. Word on street, yo. It's so many things that's going through my mind right now, and it's weird because, I did the numbers and, Prince, Michael Jackson. I did the research on who Prince was dating at the time when he passed, business dealings he had with Jay-Z. And now it's starting to make sense, y'all. It's all starting to come together, and a lot of things are starting to make sense. We're going to start off talking about Prince first. I want to get that out the way first before I get to Cassie, y'all. We're going to talk about Prince first. Did y'all see how weird Prince was acting before he passed? He knew it was coming. He knew it. Just like everybody else that was kind of around certain people in the industry those last days, it's like they knew. Like Kim Porter, they were saying that she was trying to write that book. They brought up another book today that Cassie was trying to write a book. Wow, so much stuff is coming together right now that it makes all the sense in the world now that why Prince was taken out of here. And before Prince was taken out of here, people made sure that they were doing business dealings with him. And I talk about this all the time on this page. When you are doing business dealings and you are, a celebrity or whatever, and somebody becomes your business partner, they can put an insurance policy out on you. Y'all don't find it odd that Prince knew something was about to happen to him? And I'm thinking now, the things that I'm hearing about Prince may come up in this whole situation. And due to the fact that he was tied to Jay-Z, I'm starting to wonder about a few things. Okay, y'all? The reason why they're saying that Prince's name is coming up right now, they're saying when Diddy first started throwing some of the parties that he threw, when he started these mingle tingle parties, they say he threw his first party at Prince's house, yo. And I know y'all heard this a while ago that Prince had some evidence of, some mingling and tingling going on, had a video of it. And it's coming back up again now, y'all. They're saying that Prince had some evidence on Diddy that something that took place at his house doing one of those mingle tingle parties. And word on the street is Prince had cameras through his house just like Diddy. And allegedly, P. Diddy didn't know about the cameras. He didn't know that Prince had cameras through his house. And Lord have mercy. Word on the street is P. Diddy found out about the evidence that Prince had on him. And it make you wonder, out of all of these years that they had all these parties and this and that and this, why did it get down to right before Prince passed that Diddy found out about the tape? How did he get away with having this tape on Diddy all these years and it never got back to him until right before he passed? Now, I want y'all to think about something. And my day ones, twos, and threes, y'all already know. Y'all already know. The female, and I'm going to put the video on the end of this video so people can know that I was already on top of this, okay? The female that Prince was dating at the time that he passed away works for Jay-Z. And it makes you wonder, and they said she had keys to his house and all of that stuff. It makes you wonder, was she the person that went back and told Jay-Z about the tape and he told P. Diddy about the tape? And did they, in that moment, I'm just thinking out loud, did they in that moment decide that Prince was going to get taken out? And in that moment, did they decide, no, wait until I put some insurance on him, or get him on some paperwork and then do it? Because it's weird to me that he allegedly had a tape on Diddy all these years and they never found out about it until right before he passed. That amazes me, y'all. I'm just gonna put that out there. Prince's name is popping up, y'all. And I said it. It's the reason why people's trying to move out this country right now, y'all. And it ain't just about they going broke or this and that and that and this. The shitka is about to hit the fan. That's why they're leaving. You can't keep messing with God's children and think that you're going to get away. You're going to get away with it. Remember, I was doing the numbers and Jehovah kept popping up and Jehovah Witnesses kept popping up. Prince and Michael Jackson were Jehovah Witnesses, y'all. They were Jehovah Witnesses. They both of their passing. P. Diddy's name is popping up in it, y'all. Both of their passing. The person that was security for Michael Jackson worked for P. Diddy. The girlfriend of Prince she works for Jay-Z. Now it's all coming together and it's starting to make all the sense in the world on what happened to Prince, when it happened to him and all of that. Did he find out that his girlfriend went back and told some information that she found out at his house? Did she run into that Diddy tape or did he show it to her? Because I do believe that's where it came from. She had keys to Prince's house. She came and went as she was pleased. Okay, y'all? As she pleased. And I think that they put him in that elevator because of the song. He not going to let that elevator bring him down. They put him in that elevator as a joke. It was funny to Diddy and Jay-Z. My personal opinion. Okay? I'm going to say allegedly, because I wasn't there. But I've been saying this for a long time. Somebody had to have been really, really close to Prince in order for them to carry out what they did to him. Okay, y'all? This woman had keys to his house. She had keys. She was living with him. Still had her own place. But allegedly, she was living with Prince too. Okay, y'all? Soon as they got together, all of a sudden, he started doing business with Jay-Z. And he, decided to let Jay-Z stream some of his songs. Y'all, it's coming together now. Now you understand the plan and how that they balling out of control off of the backs of others. Okay, y'all? I keep telling y'all, every time I see P. Diddy with Michael Jackson glove on, I just feel like one of the security guards or whatever brought Diddy that glove. They stole that glove out of Michael Jackson's house and gave it to him. I feel like that. I don't think he bought it from a store or whatever and, to do a tribute to Michael. None of that. I think they brought him something. And a lot of people that take people out, they always keep a souvenir. Okay, y'all? And I think that was his. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Jay-Z don't have some kind of souvenir of Prince. Or P. Diddy. To be honest with y'all. Y'all, the walls are caving in on a lot of these celebrities right now. And it is a good feeling, to be honest with y'all, to see, their karma finally come back, y'all. Finally come back, y'all. Let's get to Cassie, y'all. Cassie testified again today. And it was even worse than yesterday. The things that were coming out of her mouth. And it's going to be even worse tomorrow for her, because tomorrow is going to be the day that Diddy's lawyers get to get at her. But one thing's for surely sure right now is I really don't think that they can break her any more than she's already been broken. If you can live through all the stuff that she said she went through with Diddy, and she had receipts, y'all. She showed pictures after pictures after pictures of Paul sessions that he put on her, all the while that she was in relationships with him and everything. And she came with receipts. He put paws on her on vacation. He put paws on her on a regular, y'all. For every little thing, any little thing, and half the time she couldn't even remember, y'all. And so many things that she said today made me think about Ike and Tina, that movie, when Tina Turner was running in the street and running from that hotel room. Do y'all remember that? Cassie said that she got to a point that she was so broken that, and this was after the, she wasn't even with Diddy anymore. She wanted to take her own self out, y'all. And her idea of taking herself out was running into traffic. And when they said she said this, that all I could picture was Tina Turner running, dodging those cars, running, trying to get away. That's all I was thinking about. They also said that not only did he put paws on her, but he put paws on her friends. That made me think about that movie as well. Do y'all remember when Ike and Tina was in that restaurant and he started putting paws on her friend? And she was like, no, this is not okay. You don't let a MF beat you down. Da, 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 da. You aren't supposed to keep letting somebody pounce on you. Y'all remember that in the movie with Ike and Tina? And she walked away from it. And she was no longer in the group and they replaced her. She was the one that she came to her house and she was doing the numb your whore and get killed stuff like that. Yeah, y'all, that made me think about that, because Cassie said today that her friend was at her house and they were getting ready to, smoke their kneecaps off or whatever they do. They street pharmacy stuff. And Diddy just walked in for no earthly reason, grabbed a wooden hanger, and whacked her friend with it upside the head, y'all. And her friend said, she was done with both of them and walked away from her. This made me think about that movie. I don't know what it made y'all think about, but that is what I thought of when they said that. Now I know the defense team is calling themselves finna go in on Cassie right now. But one thing's for surely sure is Cassie was young. And when you're young, you do stupid things for stupid reasons. We all have, y'all. If you haven't, then salute to you. But a lot of people do stupid things when they are young. And she did that by staying with Diddy. But at the same time, she was scared as it. She was so scared of Diddy, she didn't know what to do. She knew what he was capable of. And she knew that if she went against him, it would be bad for her. She also knew that it wasn't just her, that it would be bad for other people that she went against him dealing with. I don't think they can do too much more to her than has already been done. So them calling themselves coming at her, you can tell that she, during that time, had a really young mind. You can tell that he broke her, and it's still affecting her till this day. Um, she's broken, y'all. She is broken. They talked about, um, she talked about how much she loved Diddy. She kept saying that and pushing that issue that she wanted him to see her. She wanted him to feel, recognize how she was feeling. Boy, oh boy, it was explosive today, y'all. It really, really was. So many things came up. Her being held against her will. People that helped him do the things he was doing to her. Not the adult entertainers that he paid to do things to her. No, 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 no. Security. Like when she tried to get away or whatever, they would go and bring her back to this monster. She spoke about somebody named D-Rock who was his security. And she talked about how he saw a lot of things, take place with her and him and Diddy, and I'm wondering now, is he going to testify too? Is he going to testify and, tell his part of, yeah, this was going on and this did happen and this, that, and that, and that. And if I'm not mistaken, this might be the guy that Diddy offered to help his son or whatever, and he didn't, and he came forward and started telling on Diddy too. So, yeah, because Diddy had promised him stuff. I think this is the same one, but I'm not 100% sure, y'all. She talked about how she was so hooked on street pharmacy stuff that it was like an outlet for her. Before she did the parties that lasted for days. How she would get, so zooted out of her mind just to get through it. She also talked about how afterwards she had to get zooted out of her mind just to deal with what just had happened to her, y'all. It was so explosive, y'all. She talked about how he recorded videos of her, and she asked him to erase the videos, and that he would lie and say he erased it, and then he didn't, and then he would use those same videos as leverage over her to, I'll ruin you, and I'll show these videos, and I'll do this, and I'll do that. But he was already doing it anyway. And didn't he send one of her tapes to 50 Cent? He was already showing those tapes. But she was so young in the mind. And it just hurts to think about that the defense is going to try to tear this woman apart. And she was so young during that time. And she went through so much during that time. And they're going to try to eat her alive tomorrow. Knowing. And I do believe that they know Diddy did what. You know what I'm saying? She came with all the receipts. She had all kinds of pictures showing bruises, gashes in her face, her trying to hide the bruises, getting kicked in the back, y'all. In the back. Stumped in the yard. Getting just stomped out, y'all. This is what he was doing to her. And I couldn't believe that they wanted to literally say that this woman was putting paws on Diddy just because she would, and she even mentioned that today. She said that in the beginning she would try to, fight back or whatever. But she said she, soon learned that only made things worse. So she got to a point where she would just throw her hands up and she would just, surrender to the paw sessions so that it wouldn't be so bad, y'all. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord, Lord, Lord. Please, Father, let her get through this. This is crazy, y'all. Boy, oh boy. What else did they talk about, y'all? They talked about all of the, packages that she was getting and infections and stuff like that from being with all these different guys. And Diddy didn't care, y'all. One thing's for surely sure, Diddy did not care about her whatsoever. He didn't care if she got a package and passed away from it. He did not care. as long as he got off on the things that was being done to her. It didn't matter to him. Y'all, I was watching Truth Is video today, and he was talking about a lot of the stuff that Diddy was doing was rituals. And he explained, the bodily fluids that he got, had her to, take in or put on her, and he would go and he would get the fluids off of her and rub it on himself and this and that. These were rituals. And he explained to why he changed his name to Love, but he changed his name so many times. And I think the reason why Diddy was changing his name so many times, I keep telling y'all, Diddy to me is demonic, and he has several demons inside of him. And I think he gave each one of them a different name. Okay, that's how I feel about that whole situation. But she talked about how she was in so much pain from infections, from burning down there, and he would still make her. And this is probably why he had her lathering up in the pools with all of the baby oil, because she was already so sore and raw and hurting and infections and all kind of stuff. She was in a lot of pain, and he was still making her keep going, keep going, keep going. There were nights where one person would come in, she would have to do a party with him. He leave, and then another one comes. She had to turn around and get ready for the next. So this is why he was pumping her up with all the street pharmacy stuff, and then putting all this oil on her to keep her, oiled up, because she couldn't even get right down there and ready for the next person, because she was in so much pain and burning. And she talked about having sores in her mouth from dealing with all of these different germs and men. And oh my God, y'all. Oh my goodness. She talked about all the different alias names that she used when she were getting, guys to come to the party so they could, mingle tingle parties. She talked about the aliases that she used and the different names that she used. She remembered some of the guys' names, but she couldn't remember everybody because, they were getting guys from all over the place. And she was trained. She was trained. And this is what the defense is going to try to say, that she was the one that wanted this. She was the one that was inviting these people to the parties and this and that and this. But one thing is very clear is everything that she was doing, Diddy told her to do. She was like the middleman. You know what I'm saying, y'all? Diddy didn't want to do it himself by contacting people and have them to. But so he trained her to contact these different guys and bring them and go over certain things thoroughly to make sure they wasn't the police, because what he was doing was illegal, paying people for mingle tingle sessions. So he trained her well, and he used her, manipulated her to be the one to make those phone calls and do this and do that, because he didn't want to do it himself. Y'all, Lord have mercy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. He didn't want people to think it was his idea. He wanted people to think it was her idea. Y'all. She talked about she felt so disgusted, and then he even wanted her to smooch these adult entertainers that's been messing around with everything and everybody. And some of them were sweating Skittles, y'all. Okay? Lord have mercy. And he wanted her to kiss him in the mouth, y'all. Kiss him in the mouth. And she said she was so disgusted. And can you imagine being her, y'all? Lord have mercy. Ain't no way in the world I could have did that. I think I would have just snapped, and Diddy wouldn't have been here no more. Like, I don't think I could have. Lord have mercy. They said after that she would go and do all of this stuff, he would put paws on her. A lot of times, they would have these parties. If she didn't want to do it or whatever, he felt like just putting paws on her, he would do it. And then he would send her to the hotel to heal. And when she getting ready, after she started healing, get ready for the next party. Yeah, this stuff was crazy. And he would do all of this stuff to her. And she would turn around for holidays and send him a nice message, acting like he was, something special. But he wasn't. But she loved him, and, boy, oh boy, oh boy. She was messed up in the head, y'all. She was so messed up that it don't make any sense. They asked her how many parties did she do, and she said hundreds of parties. They also asked her how much money she was paid in the settlement, and she said that she was paid $20 million, y'all. $20 million, and he settled in 24 hours and gave her $20 million. She could have got more, to be honest. You know, look what happened with Shay Shay, okay, y'all? This child asking for 50. All right? And she didn't go through half of the stuff that Cassie went through. She said, and they asked her why did she ask for that much or whatever. She said she just threw a number out because she wanted him to, notice her. She wanted to, boy, oh boy, she wanted to get paid for her pain. And she didn't want anything until she wanted to take her own stuff out. And that's when she wanted something and felt that she deserved to have this from what she went through with him. And she did. And it's so many people out here like, oh, she wanted money. She did. You go through all of that. You go through all of that. And I bet you would have asked for way more than 20. This just goes to show you how young in the mind that she still is and was during those times, y'all. That's all she even asked for. And she could have got way more. Boy, oh boy, y'all. Boy, oh boy. They talked about Kid Cudi today. The car blowing up and how that whole situation came into play. And one thing for surely sure that we learned about that, he talked about what he was going to do to Kid Cudi before he did it. And he also, y'all, when he get ready to, put a hit on somebody or do something to somebody, he leaves town so it won't come back to him. He told Cassie that, y'all, Lord have mercy, this ninja is stupid, okay? Y'all, he told Cassie that he was going to take him out and that he was going to blow his car up and wanted his friends to see his car get blew up. And they said that Kid Cudi had a meeting with him or something and asked him about the car. And he got smart about it, like, what car? What car? Like, he wasn't even going to replace it. Yeah, I did it, so what? Okay, y'all? But I'm so glad she got proof. Every time he put paws on her, she would go and heal, but she would take pictures, and she kept all of that stuff. So if she was keeping all that stuff, Kim Porter kept some stuff, y'all. She kept some stuff. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. What else? She said that a lot of times that he was getting street pharmacy stuff, he was getting it from doctors. Some crooked doctors that was out here giving out stuff. Okay? And she talked about, I told y'all some doctors going to get in trouble about this stuff too. Doctors is going to be coming up in these cases. Judges is going to be popping up in this case. It's going to be a lot going on. They are building the RICO situation right now. Word on street. This is what they're saying. She said that after she broke up with him, she started dating the trainer. And Diddy asked her out during the time she had started dating the trainer. She went out to dinner with him. And Diddy wanted her to pay him money because he paid the trainer to train her, but her and the trainer was mingling and tingling. So he felt like she owed him money. So basically, he still wanted to use and abuse her. He wanted her to still work for him. And to be honest with y'all, I think that some of these people that were doing her, I think he was getting paid for it. I don't know. I don't feel like he was paying everybody. I feel like some of the people he was hooking up with her, they probably paid him too to hook up with her. That's just my personal opinion, but that's how I feel about it. Okay, y'all? What else? She left that dinner with him and went home. And she said that he took it that day. And they put her husband out of courtroom when they brought up that ending part because of the fact that they thought that the husband would have probably tried to jump over the sheer and get at Diddy. So they made him leave the courtroom so she could tell that part that she was dating her husband, which wasn't her husband at the time, but he's her husband now. But she was dating him and Diddy took it from her. So Yeah, y'all. It was explosive. The part when she said she wanted to take her own life, that hurt so. I was like, oh my God, I feel so bad for her. I just pray for her right now. I pray she get through all of this. And if you think her testimony was explosive, wait till everybody else start coming in and they start saying the same thing she's saying. Because 9 times out of 10, Kid Cudi is going to probably testify about what happened. 9 times out of 10, his security is going to testify about what happened. And so many others. They say they have 50 witnesses, y'all. This is, y'all, this is going to be explosive. And I don't see how that he's going to, I don't see it, y'all. I don't see how he could beat this case. No way. Okay? Word on the street, he got scared today. He was not only scared, but he was mad. He got mad because, they were trying to get her to shut up, and they were still letting her talk. They kept saying, trying to stop it. And they still let her talk and talk and talk and talk. They say he was making all kind of faces over there and just acting like he was upset over that. Didn't I just tell y'all this the other day that you're going to see Diddy's other, demon come out, the one that gets mad? He started coming out today, y'all. They said he was over there, making all kind of faces and doing all kind of stuff and moving his chair back and acting like he had an attitude or whatever. People were describing this today. So you're going to see all types of different Diddys on that stand, in that courtroom. They also talked about his sons. Oh, Lord. They talked about the sons. And his sons, they say that the sons was looking like, he about in some trouble here, okay? That's the look that the sons had on their faces. They also talked about he tried to hide things from his kids, y'all. If she had bruises and stuff like that and Diddy had did some stuff to her, she would have to put makeup on or cover up, the bruises with her hair. And he would tell her that he don't want his sons to see her like that. Well, maybe you shouldn't have did it. And then they wouldn't have to see her like that. But something in my heart tells me that his kids knew what he was doing. Kim Porter had the same bruises on her. Something in my heart tells me they knew what he was doing to these women. I'm just saying, y'all. It's crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, y'all, I'm not looking forward to tomorrow because I don't want to see them go at her like that, like vultures. Trying to just, defend this monster because he's paying them millions of dollars. I just don't want to see him do that to her. You know what I'm saying, y'all? That's going to be hard to see them go at her like that. But I have a feeling that it's not going to go as they think it is because she is already broke. She's broken, y'all. She's still kind of young in the mind because of the things that she went through. So, whereas they think they're going to break her even more and this and that and catch her up and things and that and that and this, I think it's just going to show her vulnerability and how even her answers is going to, show them that she's been through a lot and she's young and she's broke. So I not broke with financially, but broken, y'all, from this whole situation. So it's going to be interesting to see what take place tomorrow. And to be honest, they just might go a little easy on her because I think they know that he did this stuff. I think they know. I think the sons, the kids know. And one thing's for surely sure is whatever he did to her, he did to their mom too. He did to her too. So I think they know the signs. I think they know everything. And sending her to hotels to heal after he feel like using her as a punch bag. Boy, oh boy. He never intended on helping her music wise. He never intended to help her. He really didn't. He saw her as somebody that he could control, and do all kind of messed up stuff too. And he did that, yo. And that's the worst type of monster there is. But anyway, y'all, let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like the video. And prayers up for Cassie. Stay strong, girl. You are getting through it, okay? You getting through it. You done been through the worst already. Anyway, y'all, peace.